So hi everybody. Uh, so today we'll be discussing this resume variants. Like say if you see why we do require resume variants, because people have just one resume, right? And still, if some job opportunity comes up which kind of requires their skill sets, they have to realign the resume into that kind of job opportunity. So the similar skill set can be described differently in different resumes, and the priorities also need to be realigned, restructured, so that it fits into that particular job portfolio profile, so that no, you can be a better fit for the upcoming job. And accordingly, we need to describe our cover letter also, why you are the best candidate for the particular job profile. And for that, a little preparation also is required, interview preparation, where you need to emphasize your strengths in other areas into this particular job profile. That also requires some kind of alignment. Once I remember our chairman describing the same kind of portfolio into the context of 14 different sub sister companies that he had. So if that is so, the same concept can be aligned into 14 different concepts, then your whatever resume you have that can be aligned into several other portfolios. And how we do it is, let us start discussing that. So the first thing is, like say, when you are having uh, this thought process about this new job that you have, what do you think? So there is a positive side of yours and a negative side of yours. If you look at this slide, it is saying that positive energy, like say what kind you are. Just define what kind you are. This will give you a kind of idea about your present mindset. Accordingly, you can um, train yourself to get into the positive energy mindset. And of course, the negative energies, that the negative mindset that you are having right now, those are also very practical and very prudent to have. But it cannot overshadow your positive energy, right? So that is why you need to identify what are the positive energies that you have right now, and what are the negative energies that you have right now, which can be manipulated into positive energy as well. That can be done. So that is where I train in my performance optimization course, how to reorient your negative energy into positive energy. So this is the first task that you need to do. What are the positive energy? Like say, be honest with yourself, so that no, you can do your training better. The next is, like say, what kind you are. You are a critic, you are a talker, you are a doer. So if you see the slide, the critic is a huge kind of everybody. It is a long line of people who will be criticizing you. So be mindful of that. If you are in which category, if yourself are in which category. Why this is required? Because whatever category you are, you will attract the same kind of people out and out and repeatedly in your life. So this is how you should categorize yourself. And this will also give you better idea about what to improve in your mindset. In a job interview, the employer looks at you, and he kind of assess you in the first 6 seconds. The same with your resume, biodata, whatever you have given. During the first 6 seconds, actually many things are decided. So if your mind sorry, mindset is very proper, very accurate according to their own requirement, then you are getting into the other kind of discussion will be secondary for them. You will be giving information only, but you as a candidate have already established yourself in their mind. So this is very important. The mindset is very important, and whatever knowledge you are giving, whatever information you are giving are very secondary. Please be mindful of that. The third is the components of resume. So how do you write your resume? Like say everybody knows, like say the first is about your own detail. And sorry, I have written down that what in short describes you. In part one, you have to write about your name and address and all that. And in part two, it will be a description of you. Like say suppose you are writing what kind of skill set you are trying to emphasize, so that will take only 2-3 sentences. Then part 3 is about like say suppose you have more than 10 years of experience, and in one company if you are there, you are not doing the same you are doing the same job, but you are delivering many varieties of tasks. So with each task actually you have acquired a certain kind of experience which other people might not have. So those kind of experience you need to highlight in those the maximum 7 points you can have. What all 7 points is huge, no? As your experience, as your skill set, this is going to be huge. So describe that in the next 7 points. Part 4 is your educational qualification. So whatever qualification you have, you put there. Part 5 is trainings that you have put, so that people immediately can relate to from your skill set to your qualification and then trainings. Then whatever membership and affiliations that you have. So part 7 is publications, whether you have published some articles or something. Many of us do not publish, haven't published as yet. So this can be left as it is. And part 8 is reference. Who are the people with whom this reference check can happen? So give 2 maximum. That's it. Next thing is resume 1, your current profile. So, for freshers, what will be the, like say this is one important slide where people confuse your education with intelligence. Uh, like say this has been my experience. People from very premier institutions also come, and they actually do not know anything about it. So uh, anything, they don't have any skill set and anything. So but it doesn't mean that you have to be illiterate, right? So whether you are a degree holder, whether you are a very from a premier institution, whether you are from an average college, it doesn't matter. You have to have that sharpness in within you to qualify for any job task that you are going to achieve. So that also contributes towards your promotion at times. But do not worry about the promotion at this moment, because you are going to have a job. Suppose you will get a very big breakthrough somewhere, you have worked in somewhere, then your education qualification becomes secondary. Your high profile job will be your guarantee for your all your future endeavors. So please keep that in mind. So what does one a fresher write in his resume? There is not much experience, but as an intern and whatever qualification, whatever trainings he has undergone, it is not that only in the while studying that course you have undergone that particular training. Maybe you have trained yourself otherwise in other skills as well. During school days you might have done some projects and all those experiences, and which one you enjoyed, all those you can write in that. In our school there was a cooking competition was happening. So in that cooking competition, every batch would have a cooking thing and then selling the food items. So after say every batch was given 1 day. So the entire school of say 800 students will buy from that day from the this thing. So the entire amount, whatever food item has to be estimated then and there according to the requirement of the 800 students. That was the first skill, estimation. The second skill was to prepare the cooking skill. So the food should be tasty enough to be sold. So that is the second skill. Then third is to have to handle this 800 students, because these students will be coming during the recess hour only. So you one should have that organization skill to sell to every student so that they can buy. So 800 students and into 10 rupees, suppose it was long back. So it was 8,000. So according to that estimation, you need to have your sellers and the tables should be arranged according to the items and all that. So all those were skills given to us during our school days. So those kind of projects you might have done. Nowadays, lot of such projects are happening. Then flair for marketing, whether you have done some project and you have sold to somebody. So the other day my colleague was traveling, it was in a parent teacher meeting, and while he was coming out, one student came and he had a bag, and some painting was there in the bag. So he actually sold. He was saying ki this is some very attractive caption was written over there. So those are the things. And he was saying something. He actually sold that bag to my colleague. So this is what, and he was not doing it just for one bag, no. So he has that assignment to sell all those bags to the parents who are coming that day. So it was a skill of marketing you can do. That might that money that he had generated, it might have gone to fundraising for a good kind of objective. Then the hobbies that you have, then the whatever articles if you have written, what were the extracurricular activities like NCC? If you have been there, you are a volunteer somewhere. Any achievement other than education that can go into this biodata of a fresher to explain about his aptitude and the way he is. So these are again the highlights, the 7 insights that you have gained from the internship or previous projects. What people management skills that you have exercised. It's like say it is part of your personality, you know, how to manage people. And whether you helped with some fundraising, some finances and some sales, then what are your long-term goals? So because you are starting now, what do you aspire for? What is your goal, personal goal and community goal? What do you want to do with your life for the betterment of community? So, and job seekers with experience. So this is now the experienced people, what they will do. And I find a lot of variety. Suppose you say you are in operation. So these are the many varieties of jobs that are available. So you will see procurement, outsourcing, supply chain management, corporate finance, transaction services, restructuring, risk management, real estate, forensics and litigations. So what what background you come from and what job you experience you already have, you can actually manipulate your profile into any of this. If you have a little job experience of operations and according to your educational background, both of these can be manipulated into a operation profile. Any of this job profile will do. Second is HR. Suppose you have one HR degree, or you have done any of this experience, training and development. I am a project manager and I do training of my staffs. So training and development task is already there in my profile, ingrained. Then the employee engagement and satisfaction. Of course, I have to engage with my team periodically to understand whether they are doing okay, whether they are enjoying their work. Then conflict resolution is part of the project. If you are grounding a project in the field, then you will come across several kind of stakeholders. So that is one. Then the performance tracking is the employees, like say I had 40 kinds of projects under me, and there were 160 kinds of people, employees, and each like say it doesn't matter how many people were there, but there were 160, um, like say 4 levels and 40 projects. That means there are 160 varieties of incentive that I had to design, uh, so that at each level the incentive is given proportionately. It is not the always the head who gets. That is, I'm very against that, that when a project is very successful, only the in charge of that project gets the incentive. It is a teamwork and everybody should proportionately get that incentive. Some and the extraordinary performance, people who have gone out of their way to contribute to this project, this particular work, also needs to be recognized. So that is one. This I didn't have a HR qualification, but I was doing all the four. And then when I got into, because of all these four, as a project manager, I was given a charge of the HR. As HR head, I was posted in a very renowned company because of all the four. I didn't have, mind you, I don't have a HR qualification. And then I came from there as a HR head. Actually, I came to handle the employee benefit, pension, talent mobility, entrepreneur development, and growth and mapping and incentives. So that is and you can do any of this as an HR head or not, as a project manager as well. So if you are a project manager and there is an HR job, then you can actually emphasize your uh, profile into that particular whatever job portfolio is advertised. IT. Look at it. IT means IT consulting, systems integration, software management, data analytics, enterprise architecture. And besides this, there is a systems analysis and design. So systems analysts are very different from the IT background. They should have the understanding of the IT and various softwares and various platforms, but they don't have to be IT experts themselves. They actually should be able to look into the various requirement of that particular system, whatever system operation there is happening, that inside they should have. Because to nowadays what happens is every module is worked out by one particular team, and there are quality assurance, there is testing and so many other things. See, software management. So, and some people are there who purely deal with data analytics. Data science is another thing. Enterprise architecture, which is uh, which is about the hardware. So any of this you have, and you can switch over to the other things also if you have done a little of it. So you don't make yourself very rigid about your particular profile. That is okay. You have expertise of something, but you shouldn't entirely be discarded just because you have expertise of something, but you don't have any exposure of the other. So that is what you should be mindful of. Always have a the first thing, focused one going strongly, and then if you are also exposed to the other things, your core expertise actually becomes stronger. You will have a better understanding of that core. So that is the one. Then the business growth specialist. resource, risk, reputation, renovate, replicate, whatever, no, in which space. Like say, I'm just now starting to work with one business consultant who does these turnaround projects, who actually burns the debt. If the company is very sick, the sick business units are to be turned around. So, and I didn't have any business direct business experience, although I have exposure to the finances of microfinance institutions. I don't have any direct business exposure. So that is how, but I have the understanding, what are the terms used, how this their entire business has to be understood. That all those things I have in mind. So that is the primary, very basic understanding needs to be there to understand what will be the risk, what will be the how you build your reputation, branding, renovate, or do entire portfolio from your basic business portfolio, and whether you are scaling up with replication at other places. So any of this, right? Then the environmental. See, so many the portfolio, the job advertisement will be about any of this. What is the effect? Like say outcome they are looking, impact measurement. Something has been done, the and what is the, like say it is kind of monitoring, about monitoring and evolve. Certain experiment has been done, some demonstration has been done, and you are getting to the next level. Then the awareness of environmental risk and other things. Then adoption and adaptation, scaling up, partnerships, evaluation, monitoring. Right now, I am doing one renewable energy solutions. So when I do this, I realize that we are actually decentralized renewable energy solutions we are focusing on, because the entire solar requirement of India is 90% of it is industrial use, and only 9 to 10% are individual use. So unless if you calculate like say 1.6 tons per capita GHG gas emission, then 1.6 ton into the entire population, 130 crores. It becomes a huge chunk of the entire global GHG emissions. So I need to understand that. And when I understand that, I explain to people that the impact is huge. So if we don't do that, if we are not switching on to renewable energy solutions, then we are utilizing energy, electrical energy, which is of thermal energy. Thermal energy means fossil fuel burning. And if that is so, then we are creating a lot of GHG emissions of the world. So it is kind of 1/5 of the entire world's GHG emissions. So we are responsible for polluting the entire globe. So that is a huge responsibility. So it is our immediate responsibility to switch on to renewable energy solutions, to solar at least, so that we can impact the ultimate GHG emission and save the world from getting polluted, right? So see, so that is what I am doing. Software consulting again. This is an extension of IT. Um, then sales. Sales is the most paid job profile, and uh, nothing like if you are able to improve, revamp processes and customer engagement, market research analytics. Right now, I'm doing some digital marketing as well. So in digital marketing, what do? We actually do market research, then we analyze, then we do customer engagement, because organic leads are the most important thing. Then with that we improve sales, then we do some marketing with ads and other things, then that builds a brand, right? So Even if I don't have any sales education, see the multiple things that I am able to do because of a basic level of understanding, basic level of experience. Then marketing consultancy. This is again coming up to the IT and the digital space. So these are the various techniques one can do. So right now I am doing this advertising, pay per click, and direct response marketing as well, and some Facebook advertisement. Search engine is another stream which we can also do. If you have a YouTube channel and if you are writing, if you are doing blogging, that also can be monetized with this, and many of them do. Neil Patel and all other people who have been successful in this as digital marketer, they are all using this. Financial consultancy. So finances are very important, and uh, actually you can give suggestions to many people in many ways. I in my as a consultant, actually I do financial literacy, and my experience has been very funny. But the basic understanding of finances, how to manage one's finances, is not there with say 90% of people. While doing it, and I was doing very basic thing, we don't also have much understanding about how to manage. Suppose somebody is earning 30,000. If we ask him to save 5% of his this thing, and suppose somebody is earning 1 lakh, and if we are asking him, can we ask like say 5% of his saving, like roughly it is like that, 5% of saving, 10% in this, 20% in that. That kind of understanding is not there with many people. So people, when they start doing, actually they do the expenses, they allocate for the expenses first, then whatever is left out, that goes to saving. It is not like that. First you have to allocate your saving towards your saving, then towards your charity, then the expenses part comes. No, you have to adjust your expenses within that. So this is the basic understanding one needs to have to be able to save. Then there is investment towards insurance, hospital health insurance, accidental insurance, life insurance, all that you need to do. Then you do investing. So if you see, you need to invest. Why? Because that gives a variable thing. There is a chance of loss, but there is a chance of um, growth also, which doesn't come in a from a saving kind of tool. So that is what we need to have this understanding, to have that for our personal purposes. And business consultancy is different. So that also, like say what portfolio you should have, what is allowed according to the regulation, that understanding also has to be there. And this is a very attractive kind of thing. Your entire portfolio for after retirement also can be uh, can come under this. And because this is an era of advertisement and other things, one needs to have this your lighting, your clothing and all that. So this is again a portfolio that one can have. And see, no qualification is required to have this understanding of your lighting and your like say emphasis on your making your personality stand out. That is something, is an element of your taste, your prudence and your personality. So this doesn't require any qualification, but it requires a like say it requires very subtle observation capability, right? If you have that, that also can become a career. Social media consulting careers. This is again digital marketing. See, the entire portfolio, digital marketing careers actually has the previous slide also social media marketing, where which brand and what all. See, this is it, and digital marketing. There are some tools that uh, you need to learn how to run, how to be effective with them, and there are some uh, writing also you need to do. So there are tool plus your skill, plus your understanding, plus your capability to analyze. All this come into a digital marketing career, and it can be a variety of careers. If you are doing something for somebody, it requires a lot of skill, right? Career coaching and consulting. Which career again, whatever I am doing is a career coaching. So this is like say many big organizations like say Times, they do this thing, and coaching also. Like say I am a coach also, online coach, so I can do that also. Then mm, so this also we have discussed what a fresher can emphasize, and the director strategy, like say the very experienced of the organization, they need to have this kind of any of this, like say whether they are able to crack this partnerships, networking, complex deals, all other things. Accordingly, as I mentioned in the beginning also, the cover letter has to be accordingly prepared, and niche. And there is this niche you need to understand. From whatever explanation that I have given in this, whatever we have discussed, there is a niche which needs to be. This is entirely a different module which we can cover in the next discussion maybe. But this from whatever discussion we so far have had, there like say there is a hint of certain kind of niches that you already have, or certain kind of experience, what you want to do, what you love to do, what is your experience in all this, or a combination of these three will be your niche. So that we'll discuss in the next discussion. So thank you.